Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the biggest, the loudest, the most unforgettable showdown in human history. This is no ordinary match. This is World War. Nations across the globe have stepped into the arena and the stakes, nothing less than survival itself. Here we go. The tension is building. Countries are forming alliances. Troops are mobilizing, factories are roaring day and night, and the world is split into two powerhouse teams. The Allies on one side and the Axis on the other. It's strategy versus power, determination versus domination, and the whole planet is holding its breath. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The first blow is struck. Planes dive, bombs drop, cities shake. What a start! The Axis forces hit hard, pushing boundaries, expanding territory, and leaving the world shocked at their speed. The Allies regroup, strategize, and prepare to counter. The stage is set for an epic battle. Who will prevail? Only time will tell. But wait! There's more! As the Axis powers make their move, another contender enters the ring. The Soviet Union. With a population larger than any other nation, they bring an overwhelming force to the Allies. Can the Allies withstand the combined might of the Axis powers? And how will the Soviet Union's entry into the war change everything? Will they tip the balance in favor of the Allies? Or will the Axis powers prove too strong to defeat? Stay tuned to find out. The Allies are making their move. Britain, France, and the United States are joining the fight, each bringing their unique strengths to the table. The British with their Royal Navy, France with their colonial empire, and the United States with their industrial might. Together, they form a formidable alliance. But can they overcome the Axis powers and bring them to their knees? The conflict rages on. The Axis powers are relentless, pushing forward and claiming victory after victory. But the tide is beginning to turn. The Allies are regrouping and planning their The stage is set for an epic showdown. Will the Axis powers be able to hold on to their victories, or will the Allies prevail? As the war drags on, new alliances are forged and old rivalries are put aside. The Allies are standing strong, determined to defeat the Axis powers and bring peace to the world. But the Axis powers are not giving up without a fight. They're digging in their heels and preparing for a long and bloody battle. The world watches with bated breath as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. And then it happens. The Allies launch their counterattack. The battle is joined on all fronts, from the skies to the seas to the land. Soldiers charge forward, tanks rumble, bullets fly. It's a scene of utter chaos and destruction. But amidst the carnage, there is hope. The Allies are pushing back the Axis powers and taking back what is rightfully theirs. But the Axis powers are not going down without a fight. They're putting up fierce resistance and refusing to surrender. The fighting is brutal and unrelenting. Lives are lost on both sides and the world is plunged into darkness. But the Allies are undeterred. They fight on, knowing that the fate of the world rests in their hands. Then comes the turning point of the war. The Allies break through the enemy lines and begin to liberate occupied territories. The people rejoice as they are freed from the grip of tyranny. But the Axis powers are still dangerous, and the fighting continues. The Allies push forward, determined to destroy the enemy once and for all. The war reaches its climax in a final, desperate assault. The Allies storm the enemy's last stronghold, engaging in a fierce battle that will determine the fate of the world. The fighting is hand-to-hand, brutal and unforgiven, but the Allies are victorious. The enemy is defeated and the war is finally over. The Allies celebrate their victory, but the cost has been high. Millions have been lost on both sides and the world is left in ruins. But from the ashes of war, hope springs eternal. The Allies work together to rebuild, determined to create a better world for future generations. But the story doesn't end there. In the aftermath of the war, the Allies must face the challenges of rebuilding a shattered world. They work tirelessly to restore order and bring peace to war-torn nations. But the scars of war run deep, and the Allies know that the fight for peace is never truly over. As the world reels from the devastation of war, the Allies take steps to prevent future conflicts. They establish international organizations to promote cooperation and diplomacy. But the road to peace is a long and winding one, and the Allies must remain vigilant against those who seek to disrupt the hard-won peace. Amidst the ruins, there is a glimmer of hope. The Allies work to rebuild infrastructure, economies, and lives shattered by war. They provide aid to those in need and work to create a better future for all. But the task is monumental, and the Allies must confront the challenges of limited resources and competing priorities. As the world begins to heal, the Allies confront the legacy of war. They grapple with the atrocities committed during the conflict and work to hold those responsible to account. But the path to justice is often fraught with obstacles, and the Allies must navigate complex political and legal challenges. In the years following the war, the Allies play a pivotal role in shaping the global order. They work to create a more stable and peaceful world, but the challenges of the Cold War loom on the horizon. The Allies must find a way to coexist with their former enemies and forge a new path forward for humanity. Through it all, the Allies remain steadfast in their commitment to peace, justice, and cooperation. They confront challenges, big and small, and work tirelessly to create a better world for all. There is a story of courage, resilience, and the unwavering pursuit of peace in the face of adversity. And so the story of the Allies and the war that shaped the world comes to an end. But the lessons learned and the ideals fought for continue to inspire generations. The Allies showed the world the power of unity, determination, and the unwavering pursuit of peace. Their story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail. So let us remember the Allies and the sacrifices they made to secure a better future for us all. Let us honor their courage, their resilience, and their unwavering commitment to peace. For in the tapestry of human history, their story is a shining example of what can be accomplished when nations unite for a common cause. They stood together against tyranny, oppression, and the forces of darkness, and in doing so, they changed the course of history forever. Their story is a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. The courage to stand up for what is right, and the power of unity in the face of adversity. And so we say thank you to the Allies and the brave men and women who fought and died to secure a better world for us all. May their story continue to inspire us to be the best versions of ourselves, to strive for a more just and equitable world, and to never, ever give up hope. Because in the end, it is hope that will carry us through the toughest of times and lead us to the brighter days ahead. Thank you. What a match. What a story. What a moment in history.